Hi, I'm Morse of Core Elements Training. Core Elements Training delivers an accredited day CPD course in dry cupping therapy, which is available as face-to-face delivery or live online delivery. In this short video, I'm going to demonstrate static cupping to the wider back area, along with slide cupping around the back, and also flash cupping, which is otherwise known as walking cupping technique. So in order to start with our static cupping, we need to apply our massage medium first. So for the purposes of today, I'm using lotion, but you could use oil or you could use wax as well, depending on what you normally use within your clinic. Okay, so we're going to apply the lotion to the back area. And as we're applying the lotion to the wider back area with that effleurage technique, then we're also checking for the tension that the client is holding in the wider back region, and we're also checking for any trigger points or anything else that we might find around the back area. So we don't need the medium to be absorbed as much as you normally would when you're doing your manual massage techniques. So you would apply your medium a little bit more liberally. Okay, so I'm just popping a little bit extra medium on, just so we've got a film over the back area, especially for when we do those sliding techniques. Okay, so we're going to start off with static cupping. And today we're going to start off our first static cup over the nice wide sacrum bone. Okay, so normally when we're doing manual massage techniques, we're avoiding or we're reducing our pressure over the bony areas. And normally with effleurage, we're taking the back in two halves with one hand on one side of the back and the other hand on the other side of the back. So we're avoiding these spinous processes. But actually, because we're producing that upward lift with the vacuum, we can pop the cups over those bonier areas, and it's quite nice to come over those spinous processes, because then that can help with the quality and the mobility in the ligaments that we find in between each of those bony protrusions at the back of the spine. So we're going to follow this all the way up the back. So this is helping to reduce any tension around the spine area or those spinous processes. And it's especially nice for clients that might have suffered prolapse or herniated disc, because sometimes you reduce the mobility around those vertebrae and you can have reduced movement and tension in those ligaments as well. So we're going to leave these on here statically, helping to reduce that tension. Whilst they're reducing that tension, we could then slide with another cup. So I'm going to pop two suction or two pumps into the cup here, and when we start sliding, we need to make sure that that cup moves relatively easily, so you shouldn't have to tug the cup. Okay, so I'm going to slide now. You can either slide longitudinally or transversely across the muscle tissue. And it's really nice with the back, because you can get these nice sweeping movements as you're sliding. Okay, so I've covered the tissue on this left side of the back. I'm coming up into the upper traps and just sliding straight over the back of the scapula and around the ribs as well. Okay, and then from here, I'm then going to slide my cup through over to the other side. Okay, so it's really nice. Quite often, especially if your client might be an asthmatic or might be suffering from stress or anxiety, sometimes we can then build up quite a lot of tension around the ribs, and that can lead to reduced breathing. So if we slide over that rib cage area, it helps to reduce some of that tension and can help with deeper breathing. Okay, so it's really nice with that sliding technique. We can come into the upper glutes, around the obliques, latimus dorsi, and over those ribs as well. Okay, so once you've done the whole of the back with that technique, we could then move into our flash cupping. So we can either, once we've done static cupping and slide cupping on the back, We could then carry on with manual massage techniques if we were using this dry cupping within combination therapy, or we could then move into another cupping technique such as flash cupping. Flash cupping with 3 vacuum cups is really nice on this wider back area. Again, it tends not to feel as strong as static cupping across the whole of the back or slide cupping. So for your clients that are a little bit more sensitive, you could start off with the flash cupping first and then build up the intensity. So because it's a nice big broad, a nice wide area, I'm going to pop 3 cups on. So as soon as I've got those 3 cups on, and I'm going to remove that first cup and place it in front of that last cup. And then I'm going to follow on like so. So it's quite a nice relaxing technique for the client. The cups aren't left on too long, but it's still really useful at covering the whole of this wider back area and reducing tension. And it's quite a relaxing technique to have from a client's perspective, but it's also quite relaxing for the therapist as well. And you could work on this technique across the whole of the back area. And you want to cover the back about 2 to 3 times. Gradually either working in that circular motion and gradually making these circles slightly smaller so that you're covering more of that tissue, or you could work in sections. So you're going up one line and then down another line. And with this technique, it tends not to leave marks on the back, whereas the back quite often will mark quite quickly. So if your client wants to have cupping therapy, but they don't want any marks left from the cups, then this is a really useful technique to do. Okay, so once you've covered the whole of that back area 2 to 3 times, and you might find that's produced a relaxation effect in the muscle tissue, and therefore you can then take those cups off and then flush through with effleurage or petrissage massage techniques. So it's always nice once you've taken those cups off to flush the tissue as well. So you're just, again, that gives you an opportunity to check that there has been that relaxation effect in the tissue. And if that's highlighted as that superficial muscle has relaxed, it might have highlighted some trigger points that you then want to further work on with your cups or your manual techniques. Okay, so I've demonstrated static cupping to the wider back area. In this particular short video, we did static cupping up those spinous processes, but you can do that anywhere on the back. And also we demonstrated slide cupping, which again, you can come across that whole back region, and our flash cupping technique. If you'd like to find out any more about our dry cupping CPD course, then please visit the website at www.coreelements.uk.com. And you could also follow our YouTube channel. Thank you.